not rule the world.
Yeah. Hey guys, what's going on? Third Street Reactions here. We're back. I'm Shane.
I'm Yunkai.
I'm Tom.
Guys, we're back with Game of Thrones, Season 3, Episode 7. Street Fighters, what's going on? We are, this is a hell of a season, guys. A lot of cool things coming up. Pretty memorable things. But what's going on right now?
Shane,
With
guess
Sansa,
what?
what's up?
Theon's still getting tortured.
Theon is still getting tortured, yeah. So it's funny because, you know, we film these once a month on a weekend. And it's like, yeah, we remembered he betrayed the Starks, but he's been kind of going through this, and you're kind of going through it with them. It's like, damn.
It sucks.
It sucks, yeah. It's just like, if it happened one time off screen, yeah, he deserves it.
Yeah.
Now that you're sitting here watching, it's like, Jesus, you got to remember, this kid's supposed to be like 14 or 15 years old.
I hate scenes of torture.
What?
I hate scenes of torture.
We also have Sansa. She's still at the Capitol. She missed her opportunity. She was sitting there watching Littlefinger's ship sail away. She's sitting there crying. She has to marry Tyrion. And the big thing to me was Jon climbing the wall.
God. I'd kill that guy.
Anyways, guys, before we jump in, if you want to support us, go to our Patreon to see the full-length uncut reaction. And we also have 4 weeks early access, so there's some pretty good episodes on there, if you know what I mean. Let's jump in.
When Mance gives the signal and we hit Castle Black, we won't be banging on drums to let them know we're coming.
No, you're just gonna light the biggest fire the North's ever seen to let them know you're coming.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
People work together when it suits them. They love each other when it suits them. She knows it. You don't.
He was white as T-bar? Wow.
He's getting the wedding he wanted.
He's getting a wedding. It was a king he wanted.
In this show, if you were in this universe, I want to be him.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah.
No one else. Like,
Why did women do that?
If you don't put some clothes on
Exactly, right?
Does she know her daughter's a queen? And that will be a surprise, I expect.
Many surprises for her.
So young.
I know
so
she'd love
naive.
to meet you and her grandchild.
He's like,
Are you certain?
something bad's gonna happen.
you know, I was kind of thinking the same thing, man, unfortunately. I hope you're wrong, but I hope nothing happens to her.
3 weeks later.
I love you.
Think he loves you, is that it? He's gonna make you his lady and live with you in some castle.
You're jealous.
Of course I'm jealous.
Never heard a calm word from your mouth.
You would. If you were mine,
I knew it.
Here we go.
I'd be good to you.
Would you?
You're gonna leave John's.
You love him. You like his pretty hair and his pretty eyes.
He does have pretty hair.
Yeah, pretty eyes, too.
You won't love him so much when you find out what he really is.
Stupid little girl with stupid dreams who never learns.
You said it, not me. I do feel bad for her.
Yeah.
But women in our position must make the best of our circumstances.
How do I make the best of my circumstances?
You don't want him, though.
He's a Lannister.
Far from the worst Lannister, wouldn't you say? Your son might be the Lord of Casterly Rock and the North someday.
It's a good way to look at it, you know?
I'll have to. We'll have to.
If it's the pain you're worried about.
I'm not afraid of the pain. He's a dwarf. And Loras.
She's very optimistic.
Some women like tall men. Some like short men.
Who
Some like
likes her?
hairy men, some like bald men.
Who likes?
Tyrion may surprise you. From what I've heard, he's quite experienced.
Did your mother teach you?
Yes, sweet girl. My mother taught me.
You're a lord, she's a lady. I don't see the problem.
Shay isn't going to like it.
Shay is a whore. All we have to do is get a son in the Stark girl. He'll be Lord of Winterfell one day. You can rule the North in his name.
You women should despise me.
You waste time trying to get people to love you. You'll end up the most popular dead man in town.
Yep.
I love Bran.
Yeah.
You wanted to speak to me?
Yes.
You've been holding the council meetings in the Tower of the Hand instead of the small council chamber.
Well, the Tower of the Hand is where I work.
The walk from there to here would take time.
So if I wanted to attend a council meeting, I would now have to climb all the stairs in the Tower of the Hand.
We could arrange to have you carried.
Tell me about the Targaryen girl.
See, they know who's in charge. I love it.
Yeah.
Curiosities on the far side of the world are no threat to us.
But how do we know these dragons are just curiosities and not the beasts?
Because we have been told as much by the many experts who serve the realm by counseling the king on matters about which he knows nothing.
But I haven't been counseled.
He's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what other vernacular to use.
I don't want half my army killed before I've crossed the narrow sea.
We don't need Yunkai, Khaleesi.
How many slaves are there in Yunkai?
200,000, if not more.
Lodar henkos vesho se hai astropot Yunkai putilsa.
19.
Now comes the noble Razdal no Eraz of that ancient and honorable house.
Wow. Yeah. See them?
You are in the presence of Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen. Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea. Breaker of chains and mother of dragons.
Many an army has broken against our walls. You shall find no easy conquest here, Khaleesi. The wise masters of Yunkai have sent a gift for the Silver Queen.
He wants payment, doesn't he?
You shall have as many ships as you require.
And what do you ask in return?
Sail them back to Westeros where you belong and leave us to conduct our affairs in peace.
It's not a terrible deal, but we know what she's thinking.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You will release every slave in Yunkai. Reject this gift, and I shall show you no mercy.
You are mad. Perhaps we'll make a slave of you as well. Take the gold.
Oh, screw that, dude.
You gave it to me, remember? And I shall put it to good use. You'd be wise to do the same with my gift to you. Now get out.
Yep.
He said he had powerful friends. Who is he talking about?
I don't know.
I just think she could have gone about that a little better too.
A little more diplomatically.
Because, but I get it. It's like, slavery's bad. We're not playing games. But in this world, I don't know if she would feel that way. Right?
Golden chains.
You could buy a ship with these.
Am I going somewhere?
Of course you're not going anywhere.
Am I invited to your wedding?
This is duty, not desire.
Is that what you will tell yourself when you fuck her?
I don't have a choice.
Does not rule the world. We can still go across a narrow sea.
What would I do there? Juggle?
What will it be like?
I will buy you a good home, somewhere in the city. Any children we might have will be well provided for.
Children? I'm not your lady.
You are.
I'm your whore. And when you are tired of fucking me, I will be nothing.
I mean, I understand her being
upset.
upset.
I get that. Yeah. I mean, she can't, yeah.
I was born in Flea Bottom.
Your blood is noble. Your father's house. The bastard of Robert of the House Baratheon. First of his name, King of the Andals and the First Man.
I didn't like giving up the boy.
But you did. You took the gold and you gave him up.
The Red God is the one true God. When he commands, we obey.
You swore!
To take you home, and I will. But we need to do this first.
Why? You can steal their gold. You lied to Gendry, you lied to me. You lied to anyone. I hope the Lannisters kill you all.
Kick all you like, Wolf, go.
Won't do you no good.
That's not a voice. That's not when some guy grabs you behind. Kick all you want.
Have they told you what they plan to do with me?
You're to remain here.
When Catelyn Stark released you, we both made a promise to her. Now it's your promise. You gave your word.
Release the daughters, but you know they're in
I will return the Stark ghost to their mother. I swear it.
That's decent of them.
Decent.
You will give my regards to Lord Tywin, I trust.
Tell Robb Stark I'm sorry I couldn't make his uncle's wedding.
Don't you worry about your friend. We'll take good care of her.
What a shitty man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gentle, my lord. There's no one here but you, me, and Vi.
Please. He sent you.
I don't like this at
Who
all.
sent us? We sent ourselves, Lord Greyjoy. We heard so much about it.
Help me. If he comes back.
We need to make him feel better.
Fan service.
Something's up.
Cover your eyes, boy.
I'm confused.
Cover your
I'm
eyes.
confused.
I felt something.
What the? He's got to stink like crazy.
I was thinking the same thing, man.
Why do you think that?
Because I don't know. Like, you know.
But I was getting jealous. Should you see this cock? Everyone's always going
No.
Your famous cock must be very precious to you.
Oh,
Would you
man.
say it's your most precious part?
What do you think?
I'm not killing you, just making a few alterations.
To be eunuch. Eunuch.
Eunuch.
Oh my god.
If you're impressed by a windmill, you'd be swooning if you saw the Great Keep at Winterfell.
Not swooning.
When a girl sees blood and collapses.
Why would a girl see blood and collapse?
Not all girls are like you.
Oh, a spider! Save me, Jon Snow.
So I could tear it off you.
I should have would.
Oh, maybe one day I'll take you there. After we've taken our land back.
It's weird, this unspoken
Ingrid.
kind of like.
You won't win.
Well, you know nothing.
6 times in the last
Could
1,000
say
years, a
that.
king beyond the walls attacked the kingdoms. 6 times. You failed. You don't have the training. Your army is no army. If you attack the wall, you'll die. All of you.
All of us.
What in the world? What's going on
Let's
here?
have up and down, back and forth.
I don't know if I can take this emotional roller coaster with these two.
And I'm yours.
She's
I'm
gonna
not
die.
going to die for you. Are you good? I haven't known you that long.
You think I can't hear you every day? Filling his head with black magic, talking about visions and three-eyed ravens and worse.
Leave him alone.
He can speak for himself.
Good.
I don't want you talking to him anymore. Until we get to your brother at Castle Black.
We're not going to Castle Black.
What did you say?
Bran needs to find the raven beyond the wall.
Oh no, I'm not going back there. Your brother is at Castle Black. That's where we're going. I don't have my legs anymore. This is what I have now. You have a family. What if I fell from that tower for a reason? Is that what he's telling you? You don't understand. You don't know. You don't know. None of you know. None of you been up there. I had a man once. People said he left me. He came in through the back of the hut. His skin was pale, like a dead man's.
That'd be awful.
Yeah.
Grabbed me by the neck and squeezed. I don't know how I got the knife. When I did, I had to burn our hut down with him inside. Meant the North was no place for men to be. Not anymore.
Yep.
It's a sad tale. Oh, dude.
What's the purpose of an arm with no hand?
The only way to understand it is to study the afflicted.
He performed experiments on living men.
On day.
You were in charge of the ravens at Harrenhal.
Lord Selwyn Tarth offered 300 gold dragons for his daughter's safe return. Locke won't take it. He's convinced Lord Tarth owns all the sapphire mines in Westeros. She'll be their entertainment tonight. Beyond tonight, I don't think they care very much.
When my father sees me, the first thing he's going to ask is what happened to my hand. And I'm going to tell him, this man chopped it off.
I had
Or
nothing.
I could tell him, this man saved my life. We return to Harrenhal. Now.
Dude, look at her neck.
Dude, why a wooden sword? Give her a metal one. That's what I'm saying.
Thought you'd gone.
Oh, dude.
Why don't you stick it down his throat?
Get behind me.
Will not.
That, dude.
Brown, lie down.
Lord Bolton charged me with bringing him back to King's Landing. Alive, and that's what I aim to do.
Doesn't he have a fucking look? Are those guys allowed to help her?
Don't help her!
No, nose leg too. Go.
The bitch stays.
Taking her to King's Landing. Unless you kill me. Sorry about the sapphires.
Would you give him any sass? No.
Probably not.
This,
to be truthful, like,
he commands all these men.
danger level's still pretty high right now.
A lot happened this episode. Yeah, I really love this one quite a bit. Theon.
Maybe.
Theon's is pretty memorable. It's one of those things that stuck with me.
No,
for many
did
years.
it actually happen?
We'll see.
That'd be terrible. That'd be god awful.
But it, you know, it looked like, I mean,
There would have to be some sort of crazy, like, half-second intervention for it not to happen.
yeah, the way the camera blurred out and he was just begging for mercy, I mean, I think you can assume that's what happened. Okay?
Where do you even go from there?
I was just saying, yes, he got his dick cut off.
Once it's cut off, like,
He got his dick cut off.
where do you even go from there? How do you go on?
Yeah, how's he?
I don't know how you go on. Yeah.
I mean, Varys has
soon
been able to make a decent career for himself.
Yeah, I don't know what.
He hasn't felt the warmth of a woman.
He has not.
That is so messed up to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like Theon anymore. He's a great character, but I don't like him because of his betrayal and what he did.
I hope he redeems himself.
But I almost feel like it's getting pretty close to where the debt is paid.
Yeah.
Like, at some point, if you're not going to... He's like, I'm showing you mercy by not killing you. It's like, I kind of think it's the
Kill me.
opposite. Like, yeah, kill me.
So King Rob and his wife are with child. Okay. So
They're expecting.
They're expecting.
I have this weird feeling that she's could potentially be in danger. I just have a bad feeling something bad's going to happen to her.
Well, I'm just trying to think of like what kind of example this show. I mean, obviously Ned Stark. You know what I mean?
That's a big one, like, right? Like,
yeah, Ned Stark. What happened with him? You know, but I think there was enough going on with all the other characters. I think, and his children to make you think, okay, like his children. Like, yeah, I think it's slightly. You can kind of rationalize it a lot better. You know what I mean?
I mean, Marjorie wants... I feel like she's trying to make Sansa feel better and talk her into this marriage.
Yeah.
I mean, not like she has a choice, but...
Yeah, how'd you feel about that, Sansa and her situation? I know you kind of made it clear that you feel bad for her, but yeah, first you didn't feel bad for her because she kind of like... She was kind of... she had attitude in the beginning of the show.
It wasn't even that. It was her blind loyalty to Joffrey, which she masked as duty, but the undertones were, I think, legitimately she wanted that fairy tale lifestyle.
Yeah.
And it was masked under an undertone
So
of, this is just duty.
Instead of a fairy tale, it turned into a cautionary tale, right? You know, she grows up dreaming about being a princess with a prince in a castle and, you know, having little lords and ladies as kids.
But look at the situation, though, with, like, Shay now, right? Like, I understand... I get what you're saying. I don't disagree with you. Like, hey, look, you you were just offered something that's better than anything you could have possibly imagined, given your social status.
Yeah, like, I understand in this world, like, Miss Sandra and, like, Varys, you can climb to the top, you work hard enough and probably do enough bad things. But that's not going to happen with everyone. You know what I mean? So, I think, obviously Daenerys' whole storyline, she was sold as a slave, too. And she fell in love with him. But she was still initially sold by her brother as a slave to be a wife of Khal Drogo. Now she elevated herself within that, fell in love with him, and then now she's been wandering the desert like Moses, trying to build an army.
But I like her freedom fighter mentality of we're trying to free slaves, man. Like,
I get that. Yeah. When it comes to if you think about it, who do you think has it worse, Malachi, Sansa or Marjorie?
Marjorie.
It also depends how you look at it. Like, she probably believes that I'd rather be in my situation because my son's gonna be the king.
And Marjorie
and he's gonna
has shown the ability to be able to manipulate Joffrey too.
Yeah.
It's like the conversation with Shay, right? Like, I agree with you as to like, hey, look, the deal that she was just offered by Tyrion is probably far greater than anything that she could possibly. She can live in comfort the rest of her life.
That's what I'm saying. Most people in this world can't even imagine that.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I understand why she's upset based upon the expectations that she's had with Tyrion.
Yeah, I know in the modern sense. I know in the modern sense, like a girl will be like, "Oh, listen, fuck that. I want love, and I'll take my chances." But in this world, you wouldn't do that, and I don't think she would do that. You only do that if you're like a noble, and then you have options and everything else.
Like, what's she gonna do? Go back to being a slave?
Yeah,
like,
go
live
back
on
to
the street. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like. So
be a prostitute. Like, what are her options?
Exactly.
No, I was also happy to see Jaime come back for Brienne. I'm starting to see this shift slowly.
Yeah, one of my favorite moments of this entire series is their kind of their friendship.
Yeah.
And how that evolves.
I wonder if they're gonna end up banging.
We'll see. It's a long show, but he still has a sister that his whole life. That's the only woman he's ever loved.
Yeah.
That's the only woman he's ever been with. So,
I wonder how she's gonna feel about his hand being gone. I want to know what's gonna happen with Jon Snow and this group as they get close, because he's telling them like, you guys are not gonna win.
Kind of
the warg, the Orel, I think is how it's pronounced. I could be wrong about that, but he confessed his love to Ygritte. I mean, in his way, right? But the thing was, like,
I'll love you back if you love me first.
But when he was talking to Jon Snow, like, he made some points that kind of made sense, actually. It's like,
yeah,
hey,
but in that world where people are just shitty, and they're just like surviving barely.
And he's like, listen, when it's convenient, you'll love somebody. When it's convenient to kill somebody, you'll kill somebody.
Anyways, guys, we got pretty cool episodes coming up, and we're gonna watch them right now. But you won't get them until next week unless you're a patron. Go over there and you can see the next 4 weeks early access. Pie. All right, turn off. Bye-bye.